Chris has been amazing, you know, from the day he's been born. I think God in some way gave Chris to Kathy and I, because I always looked at Chris as Chris. I've been blessed to have somebody that wakes up every day, works their butt off, is great natured, has the best patience in the world, cares about people, high energy, and just fun to be with. And Chris has just taught me that, you know, when you have a bad day, you really don't have a bad day. He's an incredible person.
I got involved with becoming independent approximately 30 years ago. I knew that Chris would eventually need a service after high school. And so I started doing some research on the organization and decided that I would become a board member. And then that led into fundraising for the organization. And we started Dinner Under the Stars, I think it's 26 years ago now. Chris started with BI after he finished high school, and he decided to leave high school at 18 years old. I think he was bored there. Chris loves, he's very, very social, and he's definitely the man about town. I think he could be elected mayor of Sonoma if he ever ran.
Becoming independent has just been incredible in the sense of how they have kept him, what's the word, busy. They have taught him things, skills for him to take into the workplace, and also social skills with the aides and his other employees that they have there. It's been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Perfect. Are we sure we have enough? I'm sitting over here. Can you sit next to John, please?
Working together, particularly with the Benzigers, at trying to figure out how to get Chris involved in the work part of the program. Initially, you know, with the winery, and my family works at the winery, and I'd like to work at the winery too. I think it was pretty quick after he came here, March of 2005, when he started working at the winery, and we had to get a little bit creative with what that job was going to look like, but it ended up, like I said, we've been there since 2005, and it's a crew of anywhere from 4 to 6 people on each day, and they've worked it out to where he can work collaboratively with other people with the pieces of that job. So it's been really enlightening to see him have a part in the family business and to be able to do work alongside of, you know, some of his relatives up there, and to demonstrate his commitment to earning his paycheck just like the rest of them, you know.
Hi everybody, I'm Mike Benziger, and I want to talk a little bit about BI, one of my favorite companies. You know, every day up here at Benziger Winery, about 9:30 in the morning, right on time, the BI van pulls up and about 6 or 7 men and women get out, and man, let me tell you, they get to work, and they really light up this place. What they do is they move all over our grounds here, and they clean everything up. They take care of the property. I mean, they really primp it up really good. And for me, the better this property looks, the better the impression that this property has for the customer, the better it is for wine sales. So in a real way, the BI folks help us with sales here. They're part of our sales and marketing team.
Hi, my name's Mary Jo. I've been with Benziger for 16 years. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday I see Chris and his group walking around and cleaning up, and they do a very good job. They're very conscientious, and I think BI really helps them with their self-esteem. He walks through the property here, and you can tell that he's really proud of what he's doing here. It makes him feel better. Just like I said before, it makes their self-esteem so much better by doing something in the community themselves, and they really do work hard.
What I can tell you about BI is that they add diversity to our workforce. Now, Mike may not have shared with you, but we're known for our biodynamic farming, which is essentially bringing diversity into the vineyards. And if you've ever met more than one of the Benzigers, you know that's a pretty diverse crowd. I mean, some of you, seriously, Bobby, Joey, Jerry, Chrissy, Kathy. Patsy, of course, is the princess. But other than that, it's a pretty diverse lot of people. And so for Chris Benziger Jr. to bring his crowd in here each and every day, 5 days a week, work amongst the rest of the mongrels here, that takes a pretty heady staff. But under the auspices of the management of BI and under the leadership of, I think it's Tim and Heather and the rest of the crew, they get the job done. And if there's one thing that Mike Benziger is all about, is getting the job done. These guys have kept their role here for, what is it, 10 years? And we pride ourselves on having a legacy and a small turnover. But I'm telling you what, over 10 years, we've had our fair share of turnover, but not from the BI crew. In fact, I'm pretty sure that the rest of the crowd here looks to the BI crew as a model for behavior. They're on time, they're attentive, they're hardworking, they get the job done. And speaking about getting the job done, I don't know if you've heard this story, but one of the things that Mike Benziger wanted to have done was, there's a fair amount of signage at the property. We have signs that tell people about our farming. We have signs that have pictures of the family. We have signs that give you a history of the valley. We have signs that help in winemaking and grape growing, etc. And we pride ourselves on educating people. Well, we put a lot of money into those signs, and we put them in discrete places throughout the vineyard and throughout the property. And years back, Mike asked the BI crew if they would be responsible for maintaining these signs and keeping them fresh, because it's pretty dusty here on the ranch. Well, not only did they keep those signs dust-free, but at one point they were almost ink-free. They worked so hard to drive the dust off the surface of those signs that Mike literally had to spy from a distance and see what was happening, because he was holding the marketing team responsible for inferior production of signs, when indeed what was happening was the BI crew was literally wiping the ink right off of these outdoor signs. It was funny to us, it should be funny to you, we appreciate it, but that's just a window onto the intensity and the commitment that BI has to, as I say, get the job done. Quite simply, we wouldn't be Benziger Family Winery, and we wouldn't be going beyond the expected and having fun doing it without BI right there with us.
What is your favorite TV show? Huh?
Is that Cops?
Is it Cops, really?
Being a part of BI on the other 3 days a week, they go out into the community and he knows everybody, so he's a very social guy.
Well, you got pretty good taste there. That's a fun show.
I would say that when people first meet Chris, they may not, because of the wheelchair and the severity of the disability, that they may think that maybe he's more impaired than he is, but he is incredibly intelligent, and once people find that out, I think they're very surprised on how interactive he is.
Liberty?
Oh, when
No?
Fred Goldman
Have you ever seen the Empire State Building?
225 to 200.
No?
Those people go.
played Wii with him, and he can kick my ass in bowling all the time. It's really frustrating because he's so good at it, and I practice all the time, and I still can't beat him.
My name is Tina, and Chris gets a kick out of my real name, Constantina Campopiano. I have first met Chris when he was 5 years old, and I started being his caregiver that year, and it's been 24 years starting the 25th year. Walk everywhere, miles and miles a day. We're going on 25 years. So everyone knows him as the mayor of Sonoma, because everybody talks to us.
Did you enjoy your chocolate ice cream today, Chris? Yeah? You have a good day.
Late again, Chris. Chris, you're late again. I've told you noon on the dot, and you're not here now. I don't know what I'm going to do. You have so much to do here. You're so far behind. So I don't know what we're going to do. Hello, my name is Michael Stowe. I'm the store manager at Pharmaca. And my buddy Chris has been coming in almost every day, sometimes a couple times a day. We have gotten to be pretty good friends. He is my assistant manager. He's an honorary assistant manager in the store. Chris is just a joy to have around here. He knows a lot of the crew, and a lot of the crew have known him for a long time. So Chris is an important part of the store. All right, there you are. You're official now.
Come on now. You're just bragging now. So,
he is the most
kid growing up.
I think that Chris is just such a happy person. I mean, no matter what, he just has a smile on his face, and people will come up to him all the time and greet him, and he always greets every single person with a smile on his face. Whether he recognizes them or not, he probably does, but he probably just knows so many people. One time I was down at the plaza, it was Tuesday night market. So I went down there and he was there with his caregiver, and I went over to say hello to him, and what was really interesting is because his caregiver had just gotten him out of their van, and I had to wait in line to say hello to Chris. So I'm moving up in line, waiting my turn patiently, and so it was kind of funny. So.
Really gives him an opportunity to get out and experience things, gives him energy, and otherwise he would, I hate to say it, be a lump on a log. big parts of his time. So BI is unbelievable.
BI is a valuable organization for this community. It really gives the people that are developmentally delayed a place to work and be a part of their community.
What BI has provided here for support and as a venue for all this is really something special. And Chris's life would be something totally different and not as rewarding unless he had this support from BI and his ability to work here with his family and friends.
So one of the things that I think about when I think about the BI family and Chrissy in particular is what's represented by people who have less than full ability or are less than fully independent. You know, there's an old saying that you're only as strong as your weakest link. And when I think of Chris, I think of him as our strongest link because he's in the community every day. He's being witnessed in his wheelchair being immobile. But he has such a smile. He has such an endearing spirit. He brings so much love to him, to those around him, and by extension to this family, that quite honestly, I think that he is a showcase for what a loving family and a capable, independent-minded firm like Becoming Independent can bring to families like Benziger, bring to businesses like Benziger, and most importantly, bring to a child or a young man now in Chris. So we see his independence through Becoming Independent as being a validation that regardless of your God-given abilities, in his heart, in his self, in his being, perhaps arguably in his soul, he engenders such a spirit of the Benziger family in such a meaningful way that I consider him our strongest link.
Becoming Independent is a great organization, and my son has been working there for over 10 years, and it's made a huge difference and very impactful on our life and his life. And by Becoming Independent, it's an organization that has a lot of great people that work there. They need to have people that are trained, people that stay, and that costs money. And it's so important that not only the Benziger family and our friends support BI, but it's very important that a lot of people in this community hopefully get a chance to see what they do and will, in their own way, help support BI. It's unbelievable.